Welcome back, welcome in. This is Sarah Luna and I'm the Luna Walker. In today's pick a card reading, we are going to ask the question, what do people love about you? Also, I'm using a tarot deck that is completely new. I've never used it for readings before. I just got it in the post. I got it through my throne wish list from Royal. Thank you so very much, Royal. I love it. And it's the Antique Anatomy Tarot. If you would like to stay for the unboxing, I will do, after the pile selection here, I will do a short unboxing so you can take a look at the guidebook and then everything. And I'm going to incense the cards and cleanse them and charge them. So feel free to use the timestamps below if you want to skip that. And also feel free to stay if you would like to stay. We're also going to do a candle intention. So for pile number 1, we have the Selenite, this beautiful Selenite piece. For pile number 2, we have this beautiful piece of amber. For pile number 3, we have Leopard Jasper. Also incredibly beautiful. And one of my favorites, it's so pretty, for pile number 4, we have a chunk of Bornite. Please use the timestamps below to go to your reading. Please also note that here on my channel, the Luna Walker, I offer readings that are meant to guide you to make your own choices. All readings are general readings, and what actually happens depends on the energy you put forward and the actions you take. Thank you for being here. Feel free to pause the video to choose your reading, and whatever speaks to you, whatever feels right, whatever calls out to you, see you in your reading. Welcome to the candle intention. We are going to set an intention for our reading. I want to set my own intention, what I intend to do here for you guys, but feel free to set your intention as well. I hold space for whatever you wish to manifest here, whatever you wish to call into existence here. I am setting the intention to connect to my higher self, my subconscious, to infinite intelligence. And I'm asking to do this reading, to do these tarot oracle readings, to get the most effective answers for all of you that can best serve you and me. To take a look at the question, what people love about you. To everyone's highest and best and free will, to empower you to call in what's meant for you, to empower you to dare to receive the good that is waiting for you to come in, waiting for you to let it come in, and to let go what doesn't serve you anymore. Of course, also in alignment with any intentions, any manifestations that you might have. Now we are going to unbox this new tarot deck. I've never used it before, it just came in the post. It's the Antique Anatomy Tarot from Goodchild. It's huge. It's this, I mean, you see my hands, right? It's this really huge box and I love it. It's beautiful. I only know the pictures from online. I had no idea what to expect. I already removed the plastic. It opens like a book. And here it says, it's all in your hands. I love that. Then we have the guidebook right here. Also, thank you so very much for gifting this tarot deck from my throne wish list. I'm going to link my wish list below again. Thank you so much. There are also other decks on their way from my wish list. So thank you so very much, guys. I received the decks with so much gratitude and I used them all to serve you. Guidebook for the Modern Reader from Goodchild. Oh, this is lovely. It has like, she seems to be explaining her view in each and every card. Oh, I love that. Look, she puts the traditional cards, the Rider-Waite deck cards here. And also a card from a deck from the 1780s. It's not the first deck, but it's one of the first. With an introduction, with the history. Oh, she mentions Pamela Colman Smith. I love that. Oh, I gave like a speech on Pamela Colman Smith at university. She's the one who drew the deck for Edward Waite. The reason it's called Rider Waite is because it was published by the Rider Company. And Edward Waite was the one who wrote the cards, and Pamela Colman Smith was the one who drew them, who painted them. And she was very special. Let me see if it says here. No, it doesn't say here. Okay, the reason why Pamela Colman Smith was so special when she painted or made her drawings was because she had this affliction or health condition, rather, where you hear music and then you see color, you see shapes. It's like one of your senses influences the other sense. It's like I turn on the music and immediately see a color, like Mozart has a different color than Beethoven, for example, you know. And she had that. And she painted what she saw. But she didn't see with her two eyes. She saw with her third eye. It's very impressive. Like, look her up. She's awesome. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, so in this deck, the earth are the suit of coins. So pentacles are coins. Wands are rods. Cups are elixirs. And swords are blades. That's easy enough to remember. I will keep that in mind when reading for you guys. She also wrote color associations down. Oh, caring for your deck. Oh, she gives beautiful ideas for cleansing and charging the deck. Amethyst on top helps to release stagnant or negative energy. Oh, I really love that. It's a beautiful guidebook. It's beautiful. Now let's take a look at the deck. The deck itself. Oh, I didn't manage to get all the cards out. Hold on. This is incredibly beautiful. It's like a carton box and it's very sturdy. And she painted flowers, or they painted flowers on top. It's beautiful. So the back of the deck looks like this. So we have the elixirs, the blades, the coins, and the rods. That's how she called them. So cups, swords, pentacles, and wands. And I don't know if you see, but it looks like the edges are lighter. So it looks like a really old book that has been used a lot. That's a very nice aesthetic to go for. I like it. Let's take a look at the cards. I'm just gonna cut the deck to show you one of the cards. This is the Strength card. Do a little bit more light. Here we have the Seven of Coins. Here we have the Page of Cups, the Page of Elixirs, Eternal Youth. The High Priestess. Oh wow, this is beautiful. I mean, you have to be comfortable with anatomy to be using the Antique Anatomy Tarot, but I'm in love already. I like it. I like it a lot. That's why I chose it for my wish list. I have a Sage Copal incense stick here. I also saw that somebody got me from my wish list Sage Lavender incense sticks, and they're on their way. So maybe next time I'm already gonna be using them. Thank you so very much. At Cat. The new incense sticks are from Cat. I'm welcoming this new deck into my home. Don't know if you guys saw my Instagram story, but the deck was already standing on the shelf with all the other decks. So I'm sure it's comfortable there. There are a lot of tarot and oracle decks there. It's among friends now. Okay, so when I put incense sticks out, I always put them in a little bit of soil. This way I can use them again later. Okay. Good morning and welcome to the family. We are going to do readings together. See you in your reading, guys. Welcome in pile number 1 or Selenite. Selenite people, Selenite pile, welcome in. This is going to be your reading on what people love about you. Let me put your Selenite here to my huge chunky rose quartz. This is a timeless reading, by the way, so whenever you stumble upon it is the right time for you to see it, to hear it, to listen to it. We'll start with the oracle cards. I feel that with the oracle cards, this is more like an energy check-in. It's, of course, a huge part of the reading. It ties in perfectly with the tarot part, but if you only stay for the oracle part and you realize this isn't my reading, then you have enough time to, go back and choose anew. There are no rules, there's no right or wrong, so feel free to choose as many piles and claim as many messages as you wish. Don't feel like you did anything wrong or it's completely fine. So let's take a look at the oracle cards and let's take a look at what people love about you. We have New Moon in Aquarius, show the world the real you. We have the Shadow. We have Hope with Daffodil, Air Energy, Taurus Energy, and number 38. And we have Intention with the Crystal Pyrite, the number 18, and Staff. What people love about you is you're someone who lives with intention. You're someone who doesn't go about things willy-nilly. You don't think that, that some people are like, oh, well, it's not perfect. I'll just, like la-di-da people who just do things to do them, but they don't give any deeper thought into it. It's like there's no deeper meaning to things. You're not like that. Everything you do with intention. The description of the daffodil says, "Garden as though you will live forever," from Thomas More. And this is the energy that I'm getting here. Someone who does things with intention, someone who sees abundance in everything. You're the kind of person who, when you buy something for your home, you think of how you will give that to your grandchildren one day, or how your grandchildren will sit on that porch one day and look at this little trinket that you bought. And to all those who don't want children, it doesn't have to be your grandchildren, it can just be the children of friends of yours, or your pets, or whoever you leave all your stuff to. It's like you have a lot of love for the people and for the living and breathing sentient beings that come after you. You want to leave the world a better place for them. And however you do that, reducing your use of plastic, or not eating animals, or whatever you do for the planet to preserve it, to make it beautiful for those who come after you. Whatever you do that with love. You don't do that with a feeling of, I have to resist something, or I have to, it's not this feeling of having to hold back or missing out on anything. It's a clear feeling of doing that with love, loving to do that, loving to look out for others, even others that you might not even know. You have a lot of love in your heart. You're very wise, very spiritual. The selenite stone is closely connected to the third eye chakra and the crown chakra. So the chakra that connects us with our higher self and with the universe itself. So the selenite is often attributed to purity and peace, wisdom and spirituality, yeah. And that's like the energy that I get from you as well. Like you have hope for everything to turn out good in the end. It's like you're someone who sees value in all the little things. And you see the abundance in everything. And that's sort of your purpose. It's your purpose to cultivate those little things that other people might overlook. And you know, one thing of value that's immaterial is self-worth, for example. And that is a value that you've acquired and you've learned to appreciate very early on in life. And maybe a lot of people gave you shit for that. And then maybe you took a step back from that. But I'm glad you're back at it. Because people love that about you. Because you dare to love all the sides of yourself. And you dare to show the world the real you. And you love all the sides of yourself, your shadow included. Like a lot of people who try to ascend, a lot of people who try to vibrate on a higher level, they do so by trying to deny parts of themselves that they're not proud of, parts of themselves that they don't understand, so they deny their shadow self. You don't do that. You see your shadow and you appreciate it. And you know that it is a valuable part of you. And you show that to the world, just like you show every other part of yourself to the world. It's such a hard thing to do for most people. And maybe it took you quite some time, but you're acing that. And people love that about you. The fact that you show them everything in an energy of, not in an energy of, love me or hate me, I don't care. It's not that energy, not at all. It's an energy of, if they respond to it with hatred or with misunderstandings or with simply that they are not understanding or misunderstanding you, if they respond in any non-beneficial way, you have understanding for them because you've been there before. You've been at a point where you've been overwhelmed with negative self-talk. You've been at a point where you listened to your inner voice, but it wasn't your inner voice. It was just voices who kept telling you that you weren't good enough. Like, you've been there, but you managed to encourage yourself to keep going. And now that you're in this period of personal growth and spiritual awakening, you have a lot of understanding for the people who are not there yet. And that's beautiful. You give them time to understand and to dare and tap into their own shadow. Because our shadow self is nothing bad. It's just what we don't see about ourselves. We could not see about ourselves how loving we are, or we could not see about ourselves why we always react very intensely to certain situations. Could be something in our childhood, could be something in our past relationship, but we don't see it because we never did the shadow work. We never tapped into why am I reacting that way. And that's why it's called our shadow. It's something we don't see about ourselves. And really sitting with yourself and taking a long, hard stare at yourself and at why things feel the way they do to you and why you react to things the way you do. That's something that's not easy to do for most people. And I also don't think that it was easy for you, because I don't want to invalidate how much you've worked on yourself, but you're there. You are in this beautiful energy of being at peace with your shadow. And people love that about you. You show them the real you. You're not fake. You're kind. And I think that a lot of people at first think that your kindness, your hopefulness, I feel that at first your intentions are misunderstood by people. And they're like, okay, this person has to be fake because people simply aren't that kind. But you are. You really are. You went through this really tough self-transformation and you learned so much from it. And what you took from that darkness when you emerged from it was your self-worth. You had your self-worth and how much you actually love yourself. Your love for your inner child and for your higher self and for your ego, like your love for all parts of you. You took that with you from whatever you went through, and it's in your possession now. It's an immaterial possession that has so much value, that holds so much value, and you're aware of that, and you have cultivated that, and it's you are now unafraid of people judging you because you've been through so much. It's like people judging you is, I'm hearing the least of your problems, but that's not how I mean it. It's not the least of your problems because that implies that you have other problems. It's just so insignificant, but not in a mean way. You just kindly let people do and think whatever they want because you know the truth about yourself. And you dare to love yourself and you dare to let love in for yourself now, which is a blessing. You finally recognize that that's a blessing, because I feel like in your past you've been in this energy of, oh, I don't deserve love. And now you finally dare to be in this energy of, I can let love in come in. I can let love come in. Oh my God, I can let love come in for me. It's like you dare to let love come in for you now. For the tarot deck, we're going to use the Antique Anatomy Tarot. So if this resonates, we're going to move over to the tarot part. If you would like to see the unboxing of this beautiful new tarot deck, I made a timestamp for that, along with the candle intention, in case you would like to set your own intention before I move on. So we're going to use the Antique Anatomy Tarot. For those who haven't seen the unboxing video, cups are elixirs, swords are blades, pentacles are coins, and wands are rods. So just so you know, I will say the names of how the deck is calling the suits, because that's how Claire Goodchild wanted it when she wrote this deck, or when she created this deck. So let's take a look. We're also going to move over to spirit messages, affirmations, and some more oracle cards after the tarot bit. So what do people love about our dear Selenite people? We have the sun. Oh my God, yes. Oh, I'm going to put it right here with the yellow. You have a lot of solar plexus energy here, which really ties in with what I've been saying, because solar plexus energy is closely connected to how you see yourself. So I feel like how you see yourself has changed from denying your shadow, from having a problem with being yourself, or being yourself very aggressively, where you're like, I don't care what other people think. And now you're very much at peace with that. You're like, yeah, I don't care what other people think, but I don't hold any grudge against them, Like I'm moving forward, setting my intentions, calling in abundance, daring to be hopeful, daring to love all parts of myself, daring to be myself, And people love that about you. The right people, your crowd, your soul family, your people, they love that. And we have sun energy here. That's the energy of someone who's completely at ease and completely at comfort with their inner child. And I said that earlier. I'm happy that I decided to shuffle on camera. I said that earlier with the shadow. It's like you call in all your parts, your higher self, your ego, your inner child. Well, the sun stands for your inner child. This is things that that made you happy in your childhood, you dare to let them make you happy again. Because I feel that you loved yourself when you were a kid and then something happened, you know. In Elizabeth Gilbert's book, Big Magic, there is this one chapter where she's like, we love ourselves and we are this beautiful and bright shining light, you know, yellow. And then people start throwing mud at us. And this mud is all the things people say to bring us down, all the little things people say to kill our dreams, you know. It sounds very dramatic, but you know what I mean. And by the time we are adults, there is barely any light shining through the mud anymore. So shadow work is also in part daring to remove that mud, daring to see that the mud is the reason you react in certain ways. And you are at this stage of your self-work, of your self-transformation, where you haven't only removed nearly all of the mud, but you also realize that parts of the mud are why you reacted in a certain way. And now so much light, so much of this yellow, beautiful light is shining through, or yellow or white. It's shining through so that you can finally see, oh my God, it's like you see your own light and you see that you are worthy of love. You are at a very enlightened stage. What else do people love about our selenite pile? We have the 2 of rods. We have the 3 of rods. Don't worry, I shuffled the deck good after I cleansed it in the unboxing part. Don't worry. It's a coincidence that 2 and 3 came out. And then we have the Empress. Ooh, this is beautiful. And I don't have to hide it for nudity reasons because it's just a skeleton. I'm just trying to make it look beautiful so you have a beautiful reading. Okay. Wow. People, like we have, I'm just going to say, we have Aries energy here. We have some inner child energy here. We have some fire energy here. A lot of fire energy here. Let me take a drink real quick. Stay hydrated, guys. People love your drive. People love your beauty. And I don't mean only outer beauty. I also mean inner beauty. Like, you are most definitely a very beautiful person. From what I channel here from the pictures, like you, I'm hearing I walk in a club, all eyes on me. And I'm also hearing all eyes on us. So some of you also have a partner that enjoys how people look at the 2 of you. But anyway, those are very specific messages. I'm trying to keep the reading general. You have this beauty about you, and it's not only outer beauty, it's also your inner beauty. It's like you have this abundance. We also have pyrite here, the stone of abundance, but we also have the Empress here and the sun. So you have so much abundance here. It's like you rule. You have this abundant energy of someone who can call in whatever they wish to call in. You have this commanding presence of someone who's very grounded and solid, who's very working very hard, who maybe sometimes has trouble finding the words. When you want to do something, you get a solid strategy together and you put it into action. And I also hear that you don't see that yourself. You think that you're someone who just hustles and bustles around. No, you're not. You're doing so well. It's like you always have this inner thing in your mind that is telling you that there's no time to rest and that you have to stay fixed on your goals. And I most definitely want to tell you that it's also going to work if you take breaks. Please take breaks. This is like a message that I'm getting here, so I'm telling you this. But yeah, people love that you are in this energy of someone who feels totally alive. You are someone who embraces life. You are someone who teaches other people to treat themselves from time to time. Please don't forget to remind yourself of that as well. you are someone who can create from their source effortlessly. Like, this could bring some jealousy about, like some people who are unhappy with themselves might not understand you or might envy you, might start to gossip. But honestly, it doesn't matter because you don't care anyway. You're so at peace with yourself and within yourself that it doesn't matter, really. But yeah, you're a shining example. That's what people love about you. Whatever you wish to see in the world, you create it in the world. And that's exactly what I said at the beginning of the reading. You're the kind of person who starts to use less plastic or starts to not eat meat anymore because you see how the world is going and where the world is going. And you're like, okay, action needs to be taken. Let's see what I can do. Okay, so I can adjust my diet. I can adjust my shopping experience. I can adjust how I consume and what I consume. It's like you see the steps that you can take as an individual and you take them because you're very hopeful that you can make a change. It's like you have a lot of faith. And maybe sometimes you feel a little bit grumpy, but that's okay. It's completely okay. You're someone who likes to indulge, but you're also someone who might have trouble daring to enjoy things because you are worried that you will go back to this energy of someone who doesn't see their own self-worth. Let me tell you, that's not gonna happen. You've awakened, you're not gonna fall asleep again. That's not how it works. So don't you worry. You finally dared to see your own self-worth and you are actively helping other people to see theirs too, and they love you for it. You're showing the world the real you, including your shadow, and that makes people hopeful that they can set whatever intention they wish and carry it out as well, like be themselves as well. They see your Empress energy, your Sun energy. They see you shine. They see you taking action. They see your inspiration, your spirituality, and it's really impressing them. I have to drink a lot in this reading. People love you because you are authentic, and people love you because you're someone who's getting ready for a future, even though they might not see that future themselves anymore. They love you because you have been through stuff and you're using that not to inflict the same on others, but you're using that to help others who've been through the same and to also prevent others from going through the same. You've grown from your trials and your errors and your tribulations, and you're not like telling people, well, I went through that, so surely you can go through that. No, you're telling people, hey, I went through that, so tell me whatever you're going through. I will listen. I will offer advice if you want that, or I will just listen if you want that. You're not making other people feel small because of what you went through. You make them feel heard, and you truly listen. People love that about you. You have so much wisdom and kindness, and yeah, wow. We're gonna use some of my oracle cards now, and then I'm gonna get you a message from Spirit and an affirmation. So what do we have to clarify this beautiful reading? What people love about our selenite pile? Oh wow, okay. I'm gonna take those 3 cards that fell out first. I feel like the other pack just fell out so that one card can flip out. Like, I don't know, I always feel if cards are doing something to let other cards come out. So I don't want you to think I'm depriving you of any messages. We have the doll with cord cutting and no. Yeah. You don't care what other people think. You cut ties with that part of yourself, and people are very impressed by that. You don't, not in an aggressive way. I don't know how else to put that. It's like you're not like, oh, I don't care what you think, fudge off. No, you're like, hey, thank you so very much for your opinion. That's interesting. It doesn't really make a difference for me because I know who I am and what I'm doing, but I completely validate your opinion and I value it and thank you. You know, it's like you're not fake. You really mean that. And that's so strong. We have the Emerald Potion that protects powerful valued objects. Yeah, this is you. Sorry, I'm not calling you an object, but this is how it's worded in this card. And this is you. You value, like I said, with the Taurus, house of value, you value your self-worth and everything about yourself. You finally managed to wipe all that mud off that other people threw onto you over all those years. And you don't blame them and you don't continue by doing the same to others. No, you now value and protect this powerful thing that is your self-worth. You protect yourself. You're kind to yourself. We have a willpower spell. Willpower is wands, fire. So we have major arcanas and a lot of fire here in your reading. And the spell is 𝐻𝐽menum revealio, reveal bare truth. Show the world the real you. Yeah. You're finally revealing the truth about yourself, who you are, and people love that. And people would love to hear even more. They are in love with the real you. They really are. Let me get you a message from Spirit for you. Oh, it's 2. It was supposed to be 1. It's this one that I grabbed. You are at the peak of self-confidence, experiencing overflowing feelings of generosity and plenty of home happiness. Full moon in Cancer. Agate, quartz, sage, aloe, gifts and generosity. This peak of self-confidence, this is you finally seeing your self-worth. And I really love that for you. And people love that about you and for you as well. It's very brave to love yourself. It is an act that is so important, an act of kindness. People love that about you. You're someone who... Elizabeth Gilbert says in her book, Big Magic, I don't know why I keep quoting that in your reading. Maybe you should read it. She keeps saying, when you think that things are shit, don't say they're shit. Say they are interesting. Because that changes your outlook and that changes the vibration, like the frequency on which you vibrate and what you attract with it. If you dare to be like, this is interesting, instead of, wow, this is proper shit. When you dare to make that small difference, you change your outlook and you can change so much. And I feel like this is part of what you've been doing. You dare to be open. You dare to bring some wonder and optimism with you when things happen. And that helps you see things in a new and beautiful way. And people really, really love that about you. Like they are so impressed and so in love with the real you that you are revealing, that you are bearing, that you are laying bare. They are very, very interested in who you are and all the parts of you, and you are inspiring. You give people hope that they can be themselves again. Because we all were ourselves when we were little children. So you give them this hope of tapping into their inner child energy and being their whole beautiful self again. I have an affirmation deck. You can get that on my Etsy, by the way. I'm going to give you an affirmation card from that in order to send you on your way with some love, with some kindness. Also, thank you so very much for having been here, for letting me read for you. Thank you so very much. Thank you for choosing me to be your channel, and it's an honor to read your energy. I'm so grateful that we share this point of our path, our journey. And if you like my readings and would like more, check out my Instagram because I post weekly pick-a-cards there. I also offer free live readings for anyone who tunes in on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And if you'd like to support my channel and what I do, please subscribe. It's the easiest way to support me, and it makes such a huge impact, and it's a simple click for you. So thank you so much for everyone who does that. You can also leave me a like, a comment, you know, if it feels right, if your heart says yes. I also offer spiritual teachings and bonus content on my Patreon. And thank you so much to my patrons. You are this channel's support system, and I appreciate you so much. Oh, there we go. Oh my God, I love that I shuffled this on camera. Otherwise, you would not believe it. We have cord cuttings and saying no to things that don't serve you anymore. People really appreciate how you do that, because a lot of people have trouble letting go of what doesn't serve them. And you're a shining example of doing that in a very patient and a very compassionate kind of way, setting healthy boundaries without being rude in any kind of way, but keeping those boundaries firm. You release the old. You forgive so you can let go of old hurts that don't serve you. You cut cords so you can blossom and bloom into all the beauty you've kept inside. Letting go of the past is an invitation for the future. And people love that about you. This ability that you have to do that. People are very impressed. And they love that about you. You are this person who's been through so much, and you're so grounded, and you found yourself through the trials that you went through. And it's very impressive. And people really love that about you. You show them how they too can step into their own energy again, how they too can be themselves again. People love you because you're a shining example of abundant energy, of self-love, of falling in love with life, falling in love with life, and of doing the work, you know, inner and outer work of keeping on, and you always take the next steps in your life to wherever you're trying to go, and people are very impressed by that. We have the number 2 repeating in this reading so much, and the second house in astrology is the house of value. That also includes self-worth, and it's also connected with Taurus for a lot of people, and we do have Taurus pop up here. We have so many indications here in your reading that self-love and self-worth is something that you've tapped in very recently, or the past few years, and it is affecting so many more people than just yourself in a very positive way. People are very grateful for how you live your life and how you dare to live, how you dare to communicate, the hope that you dare to bring to the table, because it gives them this feeling of they can do that too. They can show the world the real them as well, their real self. You are giving people hope. I also love that the Sun card is sort of the head for the Empress card. It's like they belong together. Your beauty and your connection to your inner child, that's what makes you you. Also, the Empress has Taurus energy as well. Venus, Taurus, Libra, I think. So yeah, your self-worth, your self-love, your hope, you're daring to show the world who you truly are. I'm so sorry, I don't want to leave this reading. It's incredible. Your energy is beautiful. Thank you so very much for letting me read for you. And thank you so very much for being here. Until your next reading, vibe high, shine bright, and be well. Welcome in pile number 2, or stone number 2. You guys chose this beautiful piece of amber, and this is going to be a reading on what people love about you. This reading is timeless, so whenever you stumble upon it is the right time. And we will start with the oracle cards. this is like an energy check, so figure out whether this pile is for you or not. Simply listen and see if it resonates. If it doesn't, feel free to go back and choose a new. There are no rules. There is no right or wrong. Feel free to choose as many piles and claim as many messages as you wish. So let's start with the oracle cards before we move to the tarot cards. Then we move to channeled and messages. One channeled message from Spirit, more oracle cards, and affirmations. So let's take a look. We have the healer. We have full moon in Leo. Don't let pride get in your way. We have the number 19 with Virgo energy, strength and fennel. Oh my god, I love that. We have Amber from the Crystal Medicine Oracle. We got Amber. So you chose Amber twice with ancestor healing, tree, and the number 1. What people love about you is that you help them help themselves, is what I hear. I'm hearing help me help you. I love this energy. You remind people that they have a healer within themselves, that we can heal. Oh my god, I'm hearing from Louise Hay. Did you read the book from Louise Hay, Heal Your Own Life? If not, you should maybe look into getting that book or reading it online. But you're reminding people that they have what it takes to heal their own life. And that doesn't mean that they have to do it on their own. But that means that if they need help, that they dare to ask for it, and to also dare to look into what they can do themselves for themselves. It's like you're reminding people to not let get pride in their way of creative self-expression. Because sometimes we can't fully express who we are. We don't have the strength. We don't have the courage. Because we are emotionally tired, mentally tired, like we don't have the energy anymore. And you remind people that they can heal their own life, that they can heal themselves. And with ancestor healing, oh my god, we have ancestor healing and the healer, wow. And then we have Virgo, the house of health. Oh my god, maybe you work in the healthcare system or in the social system, where you help people. But maybe not, a healer can also be a librarian. It's like reminding people that they can heal themselves. You can be a fisherman it's like, it doesn't matter. Your profession doesn't have to tie in with that, but for most of you, it probably will. The first house is the house of self, by the way, the house of life. You remind people to take care of themselves, and you remind people how resourceful they are. You're supporting people. You have a job where you organize stuff for people, where you support people. You make them see their own worth. Sorry, I dropped my ring. I play with my rings when I read. Apologies. You remind people that there are new beginnings in every initiative that they take. That's what you remind people of. It's like they are this beautiful egg and they can hatch at any moment. And we have 3 snakes here, so we have the divine feminine watch over people, because the number 3 is the number of the divine feminine, the threefold mother goddess, and then we have the snake, like the Ouroboros, that stands for new beginnings. And the snake also stands because snakes shed their skin, so they are reborn over and over, symbolically speaking. So Celtic peoples believed that the snake was a symbol of the 3 mother goddess. The Celtic peoples believed that the snake is what gives hope that after every winter, a spring is going to follow, because the snake was like a symbol of the 4 seasons for them. So it's like in our hemisphere here, because other hemispheres, other seasons, of course, but you give people hope that they can start new. You give people hope that they can be themselves, and you remind them to not get pride in their way, and do not be too prideful to ask for help if they need it, to always put their health first, and that they can find their purpose in you in every endeavor that they take. With the fennel, we also have a poem here, or like a short saying from John Erskine, and it says, "I have never had so many good ideas day after day as when I worked in the garden." And I feel like you remind people where their respective garden is, because everyone's garden, the place that recharges us, the place that helps us when we feel emotionally or mentally overwhelmed, this garden is someplace else for every person, and you help people find or remember where their garden is. Also amber, because we have amber here and amber here, so I want to mention that amber is the stone that is very often historically seen as a talisman for courage and self-confidence. This is what you give to people, and this is what people love about you. You give them the confidence and the courage to move forward and to try new, and it's like you have this certain sense, this certain endurance about yourself. Like, you don't give up on people, and you're very wise, so they can come to you for advice, and they also do, because you have a passion for whatever it is that you do. I definitely feel like whatever you do here, you do it professionally, and that doesn't mean that you get money for it. Like, I do tarot readings professionally and don't get money for it. Like, not yet. It's like you do that with a passion, even though you might not be compensated for it. But some of you might get compensated for it. You also remind people that healing isn't linear; it's multi-layered. So it's completely fine to have setbacks. It's completely fine to take longer to get to a certain point in life than other people. You remind people of that. I also want to mention that with the healer, the guidebook reminds us of something, which is that in Sanskrit, the word, my pronunciation, in Sanskrit, the word avida means forgetting. And that's where the source of all suffering and disease is coming from. If we forget how to heal ourselves, how to heal our life, if we forget how to help ourselves, how to take care of ourselves, this is where suffering comes from. So you help people to not forget. You help people connect with their strength. You help people connect with what keeps them healthy, to really question their routine of wellness and healthcare, and generally their routine, reminding them to put tasks of self-care into their to-do lists, to make it their duty to take care of themselves, you perform a lot of services for others to help them feel strong, to help them help themselves. Wow, I have to breathe out. This is a very, very, very heavy energy, but in a good way. It's like you have a lot of passion to help others. Let's move to the tarot bit. I'm using the Antique Anatomy Tarot from Claire Goodchild. If you would like to see the unboxing, because this is the first time I'm using it, there is a timestamp below for the candle intention and for the unboxing. So in case you want to set an intention with the candle before we go to the tarot bit, feel free to do so. The timestamp is below as well. For those who haven't watched it, I'm just quickly going to mention something. The cups are called, the cups are called elixirs. The swords are called blades. The pentacles are called coins, and the wands are called rods. So just so you know, I'm going to use those names because those are the names the author decided. So those are the names I'm going to use. So let's take a look at what people love about our lovely amber pile, our lovely amber people. What do people love about them? We have the 6 of coins. We have the 2 of elixirs. We have judgment. And we have the 7 of rods. God, I love this deck. And your energy, and I love that there's a major arcana that came out for you, and I love that it's judgment. What people love about you is that you help them with their self-doubt. You help them have compassion for themselves. You help them have compassion for themselves after they've made some choices that might not be viewed as beneficial, you know, in case they feel like they made a mistake, because, you know, humans don't see the bigger picture. There are no mistakes, just happy accidents. Believe in Bob Ross, guys. But it's like you help people see their self-worth, and you help them answer that call, you know, whatever that call is, if it comes from your angels, your guides, whatever that call is that you answer here in this lifetime, you help people with that. Basically, if answering your call doesn't resonate with you, basically self-actualization, you know, the reason why you're here, whatever you want to do with your life here. You help people introspect and to figure out what that is, and you help them, because it's sometimes so difficult, especially with pride getting in the way, to really go to people and to be like, hey, can you help me? Or hey, I think I need therapy, or hey, I think I need help with this and that. And you help people heal themselves, which means to also ask for help if they need it. It's like you're very generous. Also, please watch out for overspending, because that's like a cautioning thing that I hear here with the 6 of coins. But you're very, very generous, and you use the resources that you have. Resources can be like of material worth, but it can also be resources of the connections that you have that can help you, you know. So any kind of resources that you have, you use them very wisely, and you use them to help others. The only two cautioning things that I see here is watch out for overspending when you're trying to help others, and watch out for unhealthy coping mechanisms, you know, mentally unhealthy habits that you can support with money in order to take the edge off. I'd rather take some me time and do some self-care before indulging in things that aren't beneficial for your body, you know, over drinking, stuff like that. But yeah, other than that, you're very generous. People love that about you. People really do love you. Like, we have the love tonic here. We have the 2 of elixirs here, you know. People really do love you. They enjoy you beside them. They enjoy that you fill their cup. They love your presence. They love your company. They love your aura. It's like they know that you're authentic, and it's like a lot of people aren't used to that, you know, authenticity. People who say they will stay and they will look after them and they really mean it. Most people aren't used to that, and you are like that. You have this very healing energy, and instead of making people believe that they need you to be healed, you show them that they just need themselves. You show them that they can heal their own life. It's like it's not like you have this power that you misuse. You have this power, and then you show others that they have the same power. It's very, very impressive. You show people that they deserve to be here. You show them to fight for themselves and not to doubt themselves. You make them feel strong. You help them push through. Maybe the people you work for, work with, have a lot of defending their position to do. Like there's some fierce competition or something like that, and you make them see that they can do it. You make them see that there might also be contracts involved, is what I'm hearing, like business matters, but you're very kind to them and you show them that they can do it. It's like you help them connect and reconnect with whatever makes them feel whole, and you show them that they can heal their own life, that they can show up for themselves. And you remind them not to be too prideful, because that would get into their way of getting what they want. I love your energy. I would love to have you in my corner. We have another oracle deck that I'm going to use. I made that myself. And then we're going to go to a channeled message from Spirit to you and an affirmation. So what do we have for our Amber people? Thank you so much. Taking all of that. Okay. We have the doll with cord cutting and no. You help people say no to anything that isn't healthy for them. What I'm hearing is to also please do that for yourself. We have the book with knowledge and skills. Yeah, you are very knowledgeable. You are very wise. We've already been through this, but Spirit wants me to repeat it. Don't doubt yourself. You're very wise, you're very knowledgeable, and people come to you for advice. You're very well connected, and you have a lot of resources that can help people. We have the mirror with desire and passage. With that, I feel that sometimes when you look into the mirror, you don't see that what you desire is something you can easily transition to. I feel like you're in this energy of not really seeing your own worth, but you help others see theirs. Emerald potion that protects powerful, valued objects. You help people feel safe and protected and connected. It's a very, very beautiful thing to do for other people. We have hidden eye, unsee, and unlearn. This is about unlearning things that are unhealthy for us. It's like things that we learned in our childhood, things that our parents or other people of authority teach us, or that society teaches us, but that aren't actually beneficial for us on our path. And it's like you help people when they're on their healing journey. You help them unlearn things that are not beneficial for them. Unhealthy coping mechanisms and things like that. Fire protection potion that protects from being burned. Yeah, you help people. You help protect them from being burned in certain projects. That's also something that I feel with the Judgment card, because that's someone who has compassion for their past selves, and someone who's answering their call, and if it doesn't work out, they will try again and try anew and find different angles. And it's like you help people not to feel banned and not to let pride get in their way. You help them get up and try anew. You help them get up and adjust their crown, so to speak. So let's get a channeled messages for you before we'll go to the affirmation. One speaks to me. Also, thank you so much for choosing me to be your channel, and it's an honor to read your energy. I'm so very grateful that we share this point of our path, of our journey. And if you like my reading and would like more, check out my Instagram, because I post weekly pick a card readings there. I also offer free live readings for everyone who tunes in on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And if you'd like to support my channel and what I do here, please subscribe. It's the easiest way to support me, and it's just one click that makes a huge impact. You are re-evaluating procrastinated projects to make positive health changes. Yes, that's definitely something that you do for yourself as well, but this is also something that you help other people with. That's what I said with the judgment card. Things that didn't work out for people, you help them reevaluate that to make positive changes for their own health and to not let get pride in their way when they do that, to be strong enough to, like Virgo is closely connected to the house of health, you know, help them perform services for themselves, for their own wellness, for their own health care. I love that. We also have here the new moon in Virgo. So we have more Virgo. We have dill, carnelian, analytical, buttercup, self-healing, oh my God, mental stability, and connect with your inner self. You help so many people heal. Maybe this is spirit gently nudging you that it's time to self-heal as well. So this is your spirit message. Let's move to your affirmation. To let you leave with some love, with some affirmation. Just have to find a place where I can put it. Because for you, way more oracle cards fell out than for the other piles. We have my affirmation comic oracle. You can get that on Etsy, and I'm going to get you an affirmation with that to send you off with some love. You are a healer. People love that about you. You help them help themselves. You help them see that there's always a way to keep going. You help them heal their life. You help them reevaluate procrastinated projects. You help them make positive health changes. You help them with their mental stability. You help them connect with their inner self. You help them find strength within themselves. They love you. We have the two of elixirs here. People really do love you so much. You help them step into their own power. If you do have a significant other, ask them about this. Because we have the Two of Cups here. And if you have a significant other, I guarantee you help this person heal in so many ways. And maybe you don't even realize that. Ask them and they will tell you. Okay, so let's get you an affirmation. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's very important. That's what I said with this card here, with the 6 of coins, where I cautioned you to please take breaks. And then I was like, oh, I'm not going to go off on a tangent because this is not what this reading is about. But then Spirit is coming through and is like, yeah, but you have to say it again because it's important for the Amber Pile people. You don't do it all. You don't drain yourself. You make short, realistic to-do lists, and things you can't get to will have to wait for another day. You are only human and you are enough as you are. It's also what I said with the House of Health, because you help people make self-care tasks part of their routine, and now Spirit is asking you to do the same for yourself, and Spirit is also asking you to realize that you're merely human and that is fine. It's okay that you can't do it all. Be kind to your mind. Give yourself healthy breaks. Don't pressure yourself. People love you so much for all you do for them. You are this healing presence that they love in their life. Dare to give yourself the break that you always remind other people to take. You know, you're a healer. And people love you so much. There's so much love in this reading. Thank you so very much for letting me read for you. Please subscribe if you feel like doing so. Leave a like and a comment if your heart says yes. And I also offer spiritual teaching videos and bonus content on my Patreon. At this point, I also want to say thank you so much to all my patrons. You are this channel's support system. You're the reason why I can do all of this. All my links are listed below. Thank you so very much for being here, and see you in your next reading. Vibe high, shine bright, and be well, friend. Welcome in pile number 3 or stone number 3. You guys chose the Leopard Jasper or Leopard Skin Jasper. And this is going to be a reading on what people love about you. This reading is timeless, so whenever you stumble upon it is the right time. And we will start with the oracle cards as sort of an energy checkup to figure out if this is your pile or not. If not, feel free to go back and choose a new. There are no rules. There is no right or wrong. Feel free. Sorry, I already burp. I burp when I channel. And I'm already feeling your energy and I love it. Feel free to choose as many piles and claim as many messages as you wish. So let's take a look before we move over to the tarot bit. We have the mentor. Oh, I love this. People love this about you. You are the mentor. We have new moon in Gemini with communication is key. We have desire. We have some letters with desire, earth energy, Cancer energy, and the number 3. I love that because 3 in astrology is the house of Gemini, the house of sharing and communication. So you got that message twice. And then we have self-mastery with Topaz from the Crystal Medicine Oracle, Topaz, Spider, and number 27. Maybe you stepped into this energy of self-mastery at the age of 27, or maybe the 27th is an important date for you. Could also stand for balance, you know. You're the one who helps people find their inner balance on the way to finding their purpose. You're very well connected. You're very creative. Oh. Okay. Wow, I love your energy. You are very good at reading the room. You're very good at sensing what people want to hear and what people need right now. You can sense what people need to hear in order to build up their courage, in order to make them feel strong and vital. This might have something to do with your employment. You help people take a closer look at how they care for themselves, what they do with their bodies and their mind, you know. You help them take a closer look at what they focus on and whether their desires truly serve their truth. It's like people dare to openly share and communicate their truth with you, and you listen. Like you mastered the art of listening, the art of communication. You are there for people. A lot of people who are at a new start in life, a lot of people who need protection, a lot of people who need to feel at home again, is what I'm hearing. People who seek comfort, people who seek to feel grounded and comfortable again. And they love that they can come to you. Because you are very good at reading people and reading the room and reading people in it and knowing what the person needs next. Because I feel like that when people are overwhelmed with certain situations, like there is so much that you have to do in a certain situation, they come to you and you take all of the information, all that what they have to do in this situation, and you filter this huge ball of information, and you filter and give them that information droplet by droplet, point by point, so that they don't get overwhelmed. You might also have your clairs very open, very well developed, because you know the clairs, claircognizance, clairsentience, clairvoyance, clairaudience, all the clairs, I feel like that you are closely connected to them. They are also closely connected to the third eye chakra. So you're very good at receiving downloads for other people, hearing what other people need at that very moment, and then passing on that information in a way that people will understand. You help people on the long term, people who seek guidance, and you're very well connected, you're very creative. Like, this is a creative endeavor for you. Maybe you're a tarot reader as well, or you do Reiki healing or something like that. I have a friend who does massages, and she's like a therapist for those people, because they tell her everything while she does the massages. Not to say that a masseuse is a therapist, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying like a therapist. So I don't mean to offend anyone. Neither masseuses nor therapists. That's not how I meant it. It's more like people feel safe and they tell her everything. It's like you don't have to be a therapist for this to resonate, but you give people great advice, and people come to you when they need advice. And my voice is getting really low and soft in this reading. It's like you have a very calming presence, and it's very comfortable to be in your energy. You don't rush people. You give people the time that they need with whatever they try to achieve. You help people put into words how they feel and what they desire. You help people not feel guilty about what they want. You help people build a solid foundation and feel safe in their environment. You're a caretaker of sorts. It's like maybe you're the kind of person who is responsible for neighborhood matters, like people in your neighborhood, they come to you when they have a problem, like that person's hedge is too high, or that person's tree is on my property, and stuff like that. And you make people feel comfortable and secure, and they like coming to you. You might also have this thing that animals come to you a lot. Like, I have that too. You might have that thing where like a friend or someone you know is like, yeah, my cat never likes anyone, and that cat is constantly on your lap, and you're like, really? She's always coming to me. It's like you have this thing. Animals like you. They like your vibration. You're also a very tidy person. You have this mother energy. You don't have to have human children to have mother energy, but you have this energy. Also, your sex or gender is completely independent from mother energy. Whether you're cis or trans, or whatever you identify as, everyone can have motherly energy, and you have motherly energy. You really have this mentor energy of someone who mastered their self and now communicates to others how to fulfill their own desires. Okay, let's move over to the tarot bit. We're using the Antique Anatomy Tarot. If you would like to see the unboxing of Claire Goodchild's beautiful tarot, take a look at the timestamps, because I showed you the 4 stones, and then I set the candle intention with you guys, and then I showed you this new tarot deck of mine. So yeah, take a look at the timestamps. Also, if you wish to go back to set your own candle intention, because I held space for that. Just for those who didn't watch it, I want to mention that in this deck, cups are elixirs, swords are blades, pentacles are coins, and wands are rods. I'm going to call them that because that's how Claire Goodchild wants them to be called. So that's how I'm going to call them. Just so you know what's happening. So let's take a look. If this resonated, we're moving on to the next part of what people love about you. So, what do people love about our Leopard Jasper people? Oh, before we do that, I also wanted to talk about the leopard skin jasper, because this is a stone that reminds people of the oneness that we have with the natural world around us. It's a very shamanistic stone. It's like that we are one with everything, and that's also what the mentor card stands for. That we can pull from the infinite wisdom of the universe. It's like we have strength and vitality, and we can bring stability to chaos. I mean, chaos is stability, but let's not get into that. Like, you make people feel safe, and this is also a great stone for understanding animals and how to work with them. So this is a message that didn't only come up with me for the letters, but also for this stone. So you chose a stone that is so in alignment with your reading. I love it. Okay, so what do we have for the leopard skin Jasper people? What do people love about them? Thank you. Let's get one more. What do people love about our leopard skin Jasper people? Thank you. We have the 9 of Blades. You're defending people. When people get in trouble, you're defending them. You have their back. You help them stand their ground. You don't let anybody else's perception muddle the waters of the foundation that the people who are under your care build. You defend those you love. We have the Hanged Man. I love that he's not actually hanged, because his feet or their feet are on the same level, like the toes are on the same level as this. So this person wasn't actually hanged. It's like they're just standing there. I find that very interesting with this deck. We have Virgo and Earth energy here, and we have some fire energy here. You help people in the process of soul searching, and you help people go by the beat of their own drum. This rebel energy that you have, you help people reconnect or connect with that as well, to their own benefits. Oh, sorry, it's Pisces energy, Neptune. Yeah, we have Pisces energy here, sorry. Also, the Hanged One is the number 12, which reduces to 3, so even more 3 here again. And here we have 6, which, okay, sorry, I'm getting lost. There's a lot of 3s here. If you see repeating 3s, this might be a message from your guides. Pisces is the last sign, by the way. So it's like you help people finally see the bigger picture and get a greater perspective, and you help them to surrender to the ways of the universe. I love that, because this is with this stone, and this card is all about, daring to see the full potential of yourself, and to see that the wisdom of the universe is infinite, and that you can pull from this infinite source. And being a believer of destiny does not mean that you're being passive. You're not being passive. You just know that there's a reason in everything, but you take a lot of action. You help people get a new perspective. You help people surrender to the bigger picture. You help people letting go of trying to force things to happen. We have the 10 of Blades as well. People who might be overburdened, find support within you. And we have the 2 of Blades. Oh my God, we have the Hanged One, and then we only have fire energy for you. I love that. You're very commanding presence. You're someone who stays fixed on their goals. You're someone who... Sometimes you might be uncertain where you're going because you had a lot of success lately, but you're unsure of where to go next. And Spirit is telling you you're right where you're supposed to be. Believe in the bigger picture. That's what you help other people with. Dare to do that yourself as well. You help people defend themselves. You help people find arguments. Not arguments, find facts. Sorry, in German, an argument is a fact. So, I'm sorry. You help people find facts to use in an argument, like so that they know how to defend themselves. You help people see that they deserve to be here. You help people not to compromise. You help people stand their ground, and you help people feel comfortable where they are in the here and now. You help them see the bigger picture. You help them dare to desire more from life. You help them to communicate what they desire. You're this mentor who reached self-mastery to a lot of people, even if you don't feel like that yourself. This very grounded energy, this is how people see you. It's like they see you as someone who is fulfilled in so many areas of their life, and they look up to you, and a lot of people want to be like you. But you don't ask people to be like you ask people to be like them. You want them to see the bigger picture. You want them to see that they're all part of this beautiful plan in the universe. And you show them that they're all important. And that they can reach for whatever they desire. They can take action. They can tap into the same spirituality you tapped into. They can find their own drive, their own inspiration to take action. That's something that you show them, and people love you for it. Like you show them their own worth. You show them their own options, their own ways. This is very, very impressive, and people love you for this. Let me clarify, get you some clarifies with my self-made oracle deck before we go to the spirit message and the affirmation. Our Leopard Jasper people, what do we have for them? What do people love about them? What do people love about them? This card came out for every single pile so far, which I love because that means that we all have very healthy boundaries. I really like that. The doll, it came out for every pile so far. The doll with cord cutting and no. You help people see when something doesn't serve them anymore. You help people maintain their healthy boundaries, and that it's also healthy to say no sometimes. You can say no, you can say yes. It depends on what you want, and it depends on what's in alignment with your healthy boundaries. We also have sacrifice, decision to heal. You help people heal their heart, and you help people communicate what they desire. And that in itself is a very important step to healing one's heart. Then we have a spell with possessions. Possessions is earth energy, so we have some more earth energy here helping people feel grounded. The spell is Finestra, shattering and fragments. A lot of people, and I would never word it that way because we're all whole. Nobody is broken, we're people, we're all whole. But a lot of people feel like they're shattered in many fragments, and they feel like they need to be put together anymore. And I feel like that you're the sort of person that helps people feel grounded and mend those pieces back together. And also there is this Japanese art form from mending pottery with gold, because they accentuate the cracks, because they see them as part of the beauty of the pottery. I feel like that's what you do. You provide the gold and make people see that success isn't linear, and that all the detours that they took were opportunities for them to learn, and they were part of their path, of their non-linear success path, and you help them see the beauty within themselves, and you provide that gold with your kind words of wisdom. You provide that gold. Let's take a message from Spirit before I'm going to give you an affirmation. Also, thank you for choosing me to be your channel. It's an honor to read your energy. I'm so very grateful we share this point of our path, of our journey. And if you like my reading and would like more, check out my Instagram. I post weekly pick a card readings there. And I offer free live readings for anyone who tunes in on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. You are making healthy alliances with people who can help you. Remove blocked energy that is holding you back. We have the new moon in Pisces, water lily, intuition, beet, poppy, and aquamarine. Yeah, I feel like this is what you do for people. You are their healthy alliance. You help them, and you also help them remove blocked energies that are holding them back. You help them to make this sacrifice of healing their heart. And the reason why it says sacrifice to heal your heart is because it sometimes takes a lot to take the time to care for yourself. You help people make that step, and they love you for it. They love you for having this mentor energy. They love you for helping them help themselves, for surrendering to the bigger picture, helping them see that. And we have Pisces energy with the Hanged One as well, and we have Pisces here again. And Pisces is closely connected to the 12th house, which is the house of sacrifice and rehabilitation. So yeah, you help people release so they can heal. Let go of expectations, let go of trying to make things happen, let go of trying to force things happen. Because you believe in the bigger picture, that everyone has a healthy place in it. That gives people hope, and it gives people assurance that they are meant to be here. I love it. It's no wonder people love you. No wonder. Okay, I have this affirmation oracle. You can get it on my Etsy if you want, and I'm going to shuffle an oracle card for you, an affirmation. If you'd like to support my channel and what I do, please subscribe. It's the easiest way to support me. It's just one click for you, and it has a huge impact for me. You can also leave me a like and a comment if your heart says yes, if it feels right. And I also offer spiritual teaching videos and bonus content on my Patreon. Also, thank you so much to my patrons. You are this channel's support system, and I appreciate you. Leopard Skin Jasper pile. You celebrate you. You give yourself positive feedback and celebrate your achievements, no matter how seemingly small they might be. Everything that counts as a win to you is worthy your praise. This is, of course, a message to you, but I also feel like this is a message that you constantly give to people. You help them see their own worth. You help them see their worth in whatever they desire, and you help them communicate that. You help them see that they are worthy of celebration. Even if their journey might be non-linear, that's completely fine. Every success story is, right? And you help them feel comfortable with that. You help them feel comfortable and notice that it's completely fine to celebrate each and every step, no matter how seemingly small. It's their way to self-mastery, and you're holding their hand while they're on this path of finding their purpose, of making that transition to something that's going to serve them long term, because it's what they're here for to do. It's what makes them part of the bigger picture, and you help them see that. People love you for that. Thank you so much for the service that you give to other people. I'm very impressed by your reading. Let me know who you are in the comments if this was your pile. Thank you so very much for being here, for letting me read for you. Vibe high, shine bright, and be well. See you in your next reading. Welcome in pile number 4 or stone number 4. You guys chose this beautiful piece of Bornite, and this is going to be your reading on what people love about you. This reading is timeless, so whenever you stumble upon it is the right time. And we will start with an oracle checkup, followed by tarot cards, and followed by even more oracle cards. If you feel like, if you listen to this oracle bit and you feel like this is not your reading, don't worry. You can go back and choose anew. There are no rules. There is no right or wrong. Feel free to choose as many piles and claim as many messages as you wish. So let's take a look at what people love about you. Ooh, we have Thanatos. Thanatos is another word for death. Facing Thanatos, facing death, leads us to aletheia, to truth. You might be working at a hospice center, at a hospital, emergency room, or maybe you're a midwife, because Thanatos is also the answer, or not the answer, but Thanatos is like the eternal response to the gift of birth. You could also be a gardener at a graveyard, you know, but you're very close to death. You help people grieve, you help people understand, you help people this is very heavy energy, but people love what you do. We have a smudge here because I used some incense sticks before your reading. We have a look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. You help people look at the bigger picture. See the bigger picture. We have affection with sorrow, fire energy, Taurus energy, and the number 12. And I love that there is a mirror with a black cat. And from the Crystal Medicine Oracle, we have the crystal chrysotile with personal power, power animal, and the number 20. In this deck, the Green Witch Oracle, the number 20 stands for peppermint and for success. So ever since I have this deck, anytime I see the number 20 somewhere, I'm like, ooh, success. I have to adjust the picture. The picture frame is wrong. I have to adjust that. I hope it doesn't freak anyone out. I'm sorry, I have to adjust this. Otherwise, all the cards will not have enough space. I apologize. Okay, there we go. This doesn't happen in the other readings, only for this one, and I love it because we have look at the bigger picture. You help people shift perspective and look at the bigger picture. You even did that here in this reading. I love it. You help people grieve and mourn. You also chose the Bornite, and the Bornite protects from quote-unquote negative energies, negativity. It protects from any energy that's non-beneficial. It encourages us to concentrate on taking action in ways that will directly improve our present and our future. And it's also a stone that helps us make peace with grief and to accept a situation that's given, you know, the situation that we're in, to accept the situation that we're in. We also have sorrel, and sorrel in the guidebook, hold on. Sorrel in the guidebook has this saying to it: the love of gardening is a seed once sown that never dies. Gertrude Jekyll. And we have the cat in the mirror. Okay, so I love because there is so much here. I'm sorry, maybe I should have done that off camera, the whole flailing about your reading, but I want to keep it authentic. So this is how I am when I turn cards over. I'm excited. People love you because you help them in their darkest hours. You help them accept the situation for what it is, and you help them look at the bigger picture and see that the situation that they're in right now is not forever. I don't know if you've seen the Netflix production Kimmy Schmidt, but she has this song, this 10 seconds at a time. Like, she helps people take things 10 seconds at a time, because she says you can do anything for 10 seconds. And she's like, count to 10, and then when you're done, count to 10 again. It's like she helps people because she's experienced some trauma, and she did it 10 seconds at a time. That's how she dealt with that. We also have a lot of pink here. Pink is the color of the feminine energy of the heart chakra, because the heart chakra has two colors, pink and green. Green is the masculine energy of the heart chakra, and pink is the feminine energy of the heart chakra. Completely independent from anyone's sex or gender, because energy has no sex or gender, and we all have feminine and masculine energy within us. Your feminine energy of your heart chakra is your receptive energy, daring to accept love in, daring to be receptive and open to the good that wants to happen to you. You help people look at the bigger picture. You help them open up again after traumatic events. You are a very affectionate person. You help people see their own self-worth. You might also help people with substance abuse or people with money problems. You help people gain their personal power back or regain their personal power after traumatic events. People love that about you. You are someone they can talk to. You're someone who helps them see their own value. You're someone who puts like a light, like those huge lights from stages. You move that light, that spotlight on them. You help people put the spotlight on their self, so they can see themselves, they can appreciate themselves. So they see their own life, so that they see that they are important. In your life, you are the most important person, because when you're not here, there is no your life, you know? It's beautiful to put other people first in certain situations, of course, but you're the most important person in your own life, because if you're not here, there is no your life, you know? You won't be witnessing anything if you aren't here. And I feel like you help people see that. And you also help people shine a light on their shadow self. Shadow is nothing bad. Your shadow self are the things you don't see about yourself. Could also be that you don't see how great you are, you know. That could also be part of your shadow self. But for most people, shadow self is things that you haven't worked through yet. Some traumas that you haven't gotten to the bottom of yet. And they still affect you in your day-to-day life. And sometimes you might be reacting to certain situations very passionately, very intensely, and you don't know why. And helping yourself to see why can be achieved by tapping into your shadow self, trying to see your shadow, trying to approach your shadow, where all this is coming from. I feel like you help people with that. You might also be a psychologist or a therapist or a social worker. You help people shine a light on why they are where they are right now, and also on how beautiful they are. And you help them successfully regain their personal power. You help them step into their power again. You help them feel free again. You help them look at the bigger picture. You help them to dare and be open to the good things happening to them again. This is a very heavy energy. Like, I feel you so strongly on my throat chakra and on my heart chakra. It's like you really help people share and communicate, and people love you so much for that. It's like there's this scene in this movie, and I forgot how it's called, but it's like I think it was a film on Netflix. There was this girl, and they said that she doesn't talk to anyone, but she talks to this one other girl. And it was like this real, it was an honor that she's talking to her, because she talks to no one, you know. I feel like you're that person people talk to, even if they talk to no one else. You help them in their darkest hours. You help them when nothing else helps anymore. You have this really great gift to navigate Thanatos energy. The energy of feeling as if everything were lost. In tarot, it would be Tower energy. It's like this energy of disaster, of being thrown from whatever you've built, of sudden, profound change. You help people deal with that. People love you for that. My throat chakra really hurts in this reading. People really love you. And I feel like you don't see that because you don't even see all the things you do for other people. It's just normal to you to show up when people need you, to show up and help people make peace with certain situations. You show up and you help people take action. You protect people. You encourage people. And you also help them see that, like, the number 12 is the house of sacrifice in astrology, which can stand for refuge as well. So it's like you help them see that you're their refuge. You are where they can go to when nothing else works. They can retreat. They are safe at yours. It's like, and you also help them see how they can find forgiveness, how they can forgive themselves. I'm hearing survivor's guilt. You help people with things like that. You help people find their own peace again, feeling peaceful and releasing what hurts, releasing what doesn't serve them. You help them reveal things they don't see about themselves so that they can release what doesn't serve them. You help them take a look at the bigger picture, and explore and experience through that to really see, okay, what matters long term. Wow, you are incredible. I'm going to move on to the tarot bit of the reading. Otherwise, I'm going to get lost in your energy here. I mean, I am channeling, but if I don't stop now and move over to the next part, I'm going to be talking about your amazing energy for an hour. So people love you because you help them in their darkest hour. If this resonates, let's move over to the tarot bit. I'm using the Antique Anatomy Tarot from Goodchild. It was just sent to me in the post. Thank you so much to Royal, who gifted this deck to us from my Throne wish list. Thank you so very much. If you want to see the unboxing of the deck, there is a timestamp for that below. I did that after the pile selection and the candle intention. So if you would like to set your own candle intention, I held space for that. Feel free to go back and do that. And I'm going to quickly explain something about this deck. In this deck, the cups are elixirs, the swords are blades, the pentacles are coins, and the wands are rods. So just so you know, I'm going to call them that because that's how Goodchild wrote her deck, and I'm honoring that. So let us shuffle your tarot cards, and after the tarot cards, we will do some oracle cards and a message from spirit and personal affirmations. So what do we have for our, this card wants to come out. What do we have for our Bornite pile people? What do people love about them? Wow. What people love about you. We have the Knight of Rods. We have the Page of Rods. We have the King of Rods. I promise I did shuffle this deck. And we have the Ace of Elixirs. I love this. Ooh, your energy is on fire. You help people in the darkest hour. What people love about you is you help them take action. You help them refine their drive, their reason to do things, their reason to get out of bed in the morning. You help them feel inspired again. You might even help some of them to find their way back to their spirituality. People love that about you. Like, you're such a great help. You are a commanding leader, and you're bursting with new ideas on how to help people, and people find you very inspiring that way, because you are very adaptable. Like Louise Hay said, that when a storm comes and you're a tree, you don't want to be a rigid tree, because then your branches will fall off in the intense storm, in the wind. You want to be like a willow tree, bending and moving with the wind, so that your branches don't get hurt, so that they don't fall off, so that the wind can't take them, because you're moving with the wind, you're going with the flow. And I feel like you're this willow tree. You're following your intuition, you're following your whims, but not because you don't know where you're going. You're doing that because you are open to keep trying until you find something that clicks, until you find something that's working for the person you're trying to help. You're someone who is all action. You don't just talk, you do. And with the normal words will follow actions, with this saying, I feel like that doesn't really apply to you, because you very often don't say anything, you just take the action. Because you don't want to waste any time. When you see someone needs help, someone needs you, you won't sit down and lose yourself in some blah blah. You do what's needed. You do what needs to be done. You're unstoppable. You're unstoppable when it comes to helping other people. You give people that feeling of self-confidence back. And we have the Ace of Elixirs here. The Ace of Elixirs is a card, or is an energy, where you are overflowing with your love. You are overflowing with your love for other people, but they're also overflowing with their love for you. It's like you help them with the support and love that you have for other people. You help them breathe life in all their endeavors. It's like they lack the energy because they're grieving, or they lack the energy because they just can't right now, for whatever reason. But you are, and I'm sorry if that sounds too poetic, but that's how I hear it in my head, you are blessing them with a love that can breathe life in all their endeavors. You help them so that their cup is overflowing from now on. And in this deck, the Ace of Cups, or the Ace of Elixirs, is not a cup. In this deck, it's an elixir, and it's open. It's uncorked. So it's like you help people. It's like I said earlier, you help people communicate what they need. And I feel like with this cork missing here, it's like you help people unbottle. It's like they bottled up a lot of grief. They bottled up a lot of heartache. They bottled up a lot of resentment about the situation that they're in. And you help them uncork that, so that they can talk about it, so that they can work through it. People love you for doing that for them. You're not afraid to take the lead and to help them. And you help those people to channel their passions into action, to really uncork their bottle of potential as well, and to help them move that into action. You're a very affectionate person, and you have a lot of fire energy here. You're all about taking action. You're all about doing. You're very knowledgeable. You're a very philosophical person. You might also be closely connected to something that has to do with laws or ethics, job-wise, foreign affairs, because you help people communicate and you help people see the possibilities and the opportunities that they have. You help them look at the bigger picture. And for most of you, I feel like you help people look at the bigger picture after they've suffered a significant loss. Helping people who are grieving. Either another person or another living sentient being, or they're grieving something that they lost when it comes to themselves, and you help them see that it hasn't been actually lost. You help them see that they can still find themselves in case they feel lost. I mean, re-find something. You're taking those people under your wing. I'm going to shuffle some more oracle cards before we go to the message from the universe and some affirmations. For some clarification, what do people love about our Bornite people here? What do people love about them? What do people love about them? Okay. This card wanted to come out. No, it didn't. Okay. We have a state of mind spell, so that's an air spell. 𝐂𝐫𝐲𝐬𝐭, unlock and unveil. That's what I said with the Ace of Elixirs. You help people uncork, you help people unlock and unveil their potential for moving on, their potential for happiness. We have the Felix Felicis potion here. Potion makes successful in all endeavors. You help people move on and you help them to successfully do so. Number 20, number for success. I'm putting green to green and yellow to yellow, and I only just now realized it's like you make people feel like they are where they belong. You make them feel fit in again. You make them feel like they're part of the bigger picture again. It's people who felt left out. You make them feel less left out, and they love you for that. They couldn't even look at their own mirror image, and you help them step back into their personal power. People really love you for doing that for them, because navigating Thanatos energy is a gift and you possess it. We have the fire protection potion that protects from being burned. Yeah, people feel very protected in your presence. And those are definitely people who are scared of getting burnt again. People who are scared to lose again. To feel the feeling of loss, to mourn. And you help them. You help them find a solution. You ensure them that you're putting your true feelings into this, like you're very authentic. You help them find a love for life and for living again. Like the people you help, they want to get up in the morning again, thanks to you. Let's get a channeled message for you from Spirit and then a personal affirmation. Thank you for choosing me to be your channel. It's an honor to read your energies, and I'm so very grateful that we share this point of our path, of our journey. If you like my reading and would like more, check out my Instagram. I post weekly pick-a-card readings there. And I also offer free live readings for anyone who tunes in on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. With an increase in creativity, you influence healthy relationships with those close to you. Jade, black tourmaline, full moon in Libra, balance, curcumin, and astragalus. Curcumin is very closely connected to helping with depression. You definitely help people find balance again. You help people connect with making healthy relationships again, healthy connections to other people. You also might help people with all things official, like what I mentioned earlier with laws and ethics, because this is also very closely connected to Libra. You influence healthy relationships. You really do that. Your people love you for that, because we're talking about people here who never felt as if they were a part of the bigger picture, and you put everything in perspective for them. You help them look at the bigger picture and really experience that they are a part of all of this. You help them be successful again. And you know, sometimes being successful means getting out of bed in the morning and brushing your teeth. And there's nothing wrong with seeing that as a successful endeavor, and then that's it for the day. That's completely fine. You help people with that. They can get out of bed again. They can live again. They refine their personal power, and that's thanks to you, because you are someone who navigates Thanatos energy. People lose things, they grieve and they mourn, and you are there, and you help them breathe life back into all their endeavors. You help them see that even though they lost someone or something, their cup is still overflowing and is even spilling out into a pool. It's like you help them see that. You help them uncork so they can communicate, so they can share their story, and so they can develop. Because if you don't speak about what's happening or what's happened, you can't develop from that point. You're stuck in that point, and you help them develop from that point because you help them communicate, you help them speak of whatever it is that's happening or happened to them. I have an affirmation comic oracle. You can get that on my Etsy, and I'm going to shuffle an affirmation for you now. Thank you so very much for letting me read for you. Leave me a like and a comment if your heart says yes, if it feels right. And I also have spiritual teaching videos and bonus content on my Patreon. At this point, I also would like to say thank you so much to my patrons. You are this channel's support system, and I appreciate all of you guys. All my links are below. Thank you so very much for being here and for letting me read for you. Ooh. You are worth it. Cook yourself something special. Take a walk in nature. Massage your hands. Take a bubble bath. Journal your thoughts and dreams. Speak positive affirmations. You are worth taking care of. I feel like this is something that you help people see about themselves. This is something that you help people with, but this is also, of course, a message from Spirit to you. You are worth it. Please don't forget that. But you also help people see their own worth, and they love you for it. You help them in their darkest hour. You are the healthy support system everyone dreams about, and you're real. You are helping people so very much. You are there for people in the darkest hour, and people love you for it. That's what people love about you. They can rely on you. They feel heard. They can step into their own personal power again thanks to you. They see the bigger picture again thanks to you. You accompany them and you support them when they feel lost. Thank you so very much for all that you do. And thank you for being here and for letting me read for you. Vibe high, shine bright and be well, friend. See you in the next reading.